What's up, YouTube family? Hope you guys are having a great is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? I don't even know. I can't even keep up. I am just about to head to lunch, and I wanted to hop on here and just talk to you guys for a second. Last night my husband was telling me not to, but I put the decorations up. I put the Christmas decorations up. I bought a flocked tree this year. I have wanted one since last year, and I have seen oh my gosh, the way that the flocked trees look. And for anybody that doesn't know what a flocked tree is, it's just, it is heavily covered in snow. I don't go real. I do a fake tree just because I don't personally like the way that a real tree looks. My OCD kicks in, and if it's not perfect, then the way that I don't know, I just don't like the shape of it. But I love the way a real tree smells, so I get those little sticks that you can buy, and you like stick it in the tree to make it smell like a real tree. I put the tree up last night. I pulled out all the decorations and I started putting them up, and my husband was like, "You don't even do the holidays in order." He's like, "I'm gonna take it all down." I was like, "No, you're not." I just love Christmas. I love everything about it. Jesus is the reason for the season. I saw some people talking about how they do birthday cakes for Jesus, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is the best idea. Like, that is fun. I think I'm gonna do that. Because really, guys, it's not about Santa Claus, and I know that we were kind of, born and raised that way, and so, if you're still kind of teaching your children that it is about Santa Claus, it's definitely about Jesus. And I think that we need to change people's mindsets, because it really is about Jesus. And we know, and actually I didn't know this. I did not know that that Jesus was not born on when we celebrate Christmas. And but just remember, guys, with all of this being said about Christmas, that God knows your heart, and if your heart is in the right place, and that's all that matters. People, people are gonna rail you. I didn't even know that people were getting railed for celebrating Christmas until I got on YouTube, and all these Christians started coming against me for celebrating. But remember, guys, Jesus knows your heart, and that is all that matters. So you get all those decorations out, and you celebrate, and you enjoy this time with your family. And remember that it's not about getting, it's not about receiving, it's about giving. So just keep those two things in mind. I am just, it's been, as far as like receiving anything from the Lord, it's been silent. But that it doesn't really surprise me. I, told you guys that I go a long time sometimes without receiving anything. And, I just feel like lately I've been just dealing with spiritual warfare. And I've just really been, crying out in my spare time when I'm praying to the Lord, just to give me strength to keep going. Because I feel like when I first started this channel, I was really happy and joyful and excited to get on and talk to people, and I still am. I'm not going anywhere. But if you're out spreading the gospel, talking about Jesus, if you are bringing souls to Christ, and you're just out there bringing the truth, then people are going to attack. They will attack the gospel. Satan is, he has power, but he's a defeated foe. Like he's defeated, and, but he still, is out on the prowl. And if you are out there, if you're, a Christian, and you're out there spreading the gospel, spreading the truth, he's going to come against you. And really, it's so important to stay in prayer. Your prayers reach the throne room. They are so powerful. We can sit around and we can, complain and cry about how things are failing in our lives. And you know, our marriage is failing, our business is failing, our friendships are failing, people are losing their homes, they're losing people around them. We can complain about it, but at the end of the day, it is so important to pray, because God is literally just waiting for people to reach out in prayer, so that He can answer them, and so that He can move in people's lives. And so, you know, I was just crying out and just saying, God, you know, I just really, you know, we say that we, like, you know, rely on Him, and like we, you know, He is our strength. And I feel like a lot of the times we try to do things by ourselves. We try to fight our battles by ourselves, but we're not fighting against the flesh. We're fighting against the principalities, and it's just a spiritual battle. And, you know, we say all the time that we rely on, you know, Jesus, you know, Christ's strength, but are we really? And last night I found myself in a place where I was just completely yielding and just saying, God, I need your strength. I need just really just leaning on Him, because I just feel like something has shifted, something is different. And, you know, Jesus never said that this was going to be easy, getting out and spreading the gospel and leading people to Christ. And, you know, His disciples went through the worst of the worst, and He didn't say that this was going to be easy. And so it's really important for us to just stay in prayer, and for us to rely on Christ, and to, ask for His strength when we don't have it, because it's not easy. And we're going to go through trials and tribulations. We're going to go through seasons where we're just soaring and flying. We're going to go through seasons where right now I just feel like I'm in a dump. You know, I feel like I'm just in this rut and I need to pull myself out of it, but we can't do it alone. And that's where we have to rely on the strength of God to get us through it and to pull us through it. Because like I said, Satan is defeated, and we are children of God, and we hold the keys. And so, you know, if whatever you're struggling with, guys, if you're out there and just whatever it is that you're going through your life, you know, if you feel like you're just going through this, you know, spiritual warfare, if you feel like you're struggling, you're trying to tell people about Christ, or, you know, just whatever it is that you guys are going through, just remember that, you know, you can't do it by yourself, and you're going to have to lean on God, you know, and just ask Him for His strength, and just yield to Him and talk to Him about how you're feeling, you know, because we can't do it by ourselves. No matter how much we try, no matter how much you may want to, we can't. So please rely on the Creator of this universe. You know, sometimes we forget how big God is, and sometimes you just have to just stir on that for a moment and just realize that He is so much bigger than all of our problems, anything that we face. But at the end of the day, like I told you guys, Jesus is, you know, God is much bigger than Satan. Satan is defeated. And the same Holy Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in us. And we have the comfort in knowing that we are His children, and that we can rest in Him when we just feel like we're not getting anywhere, you know? So, you know, I don't have to feel like I don't feel like I have to receive something from Him all the time. And you know, we go through moments where it just feels like it's silent. But remember, guys, whenever you feel like, you know, He's silent, or you feel like you're not really receiving anything, it doesn't mean that He's left you. God has never left you. You know, maybe He just wants you to take that time to just pray to Him and seek Him, and you know, get closer to Him, and stay in the Word more, and just study it, and learn more about Him, and just get closer to Him. And so I just want to get on here and talk to you guys for a moment. You know, I am still so excited about Jesus returning, and that is another thing. And Brother Chad, I absolutely have loved I love all your videos, but I loved your recent one in the article that you put out. Chad created an article. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, it's Watchman on the Wall 88. He has some amazing content over there. I really, really encourage you guys to go check him out. But he put out an article where he's basically talking about how we can know that we are the generation that will see his return. We are the fig tree generation. And it really scares a lot of people when you talk about Jesus returning and how close we are and that we are that generation, because people have said that, oh, well, you know, all the generations thought that they were the generation. But when you start to look at the Bible and what the Bible has to say, we actually are that generation. And it scares a lot of people. And, you know, this is, like Brother Chad will tell you guys, and I think a lot of other people can agree that we and other people find themselves alone. Our loved ones don't want anything to do with it. They think we're crazy. They don't want to talk about the end times. Maybe it just intimidates people, or it scares people, or you know, they're just not opening themselves up to it, and they're closing themselves off. They're shutting themselves away because, I don't know, if they just don't want to believe it. They don't want to think that time is up. They don't want to look into the reasons why we are the generation. And so it can get really lonely and frustrating and very trying. And I just feel like I'm in a time right now in my life where it's very trying. Thank goodness I have a husband that understands that we are that generation. He doesn't really get into it. Obviously, he doesn't have a channel or anything, but when we talk about it, you know, he is supportive and he understands. But there are many people around me who just don't see it or don't want to see it. So, it is a time to rejoice and be excited that the Lord is returning, but it's also a time where it can be very frustrating, and can really get our spirits down when, you know, everybody's just flowing with the current and you're trying to go against it. So I just really want you guys to just rely on Christ for your strength when you feel like you don't have it, and just stay in prayer, because remember, your prayers reach the throne room and he answers prayers, and he wants to give you peace and comfort. And we should be excited that we are that generation. We don't know when he is coming, but he has raised us. He's raised us for a time such as now. We are the generation that's going to see his return, and that's why it's so important to just keep spreading the gospel. Believe on Christ if you have not today. If you don't know who Christ is, all who call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, for it is with the heart that man believes. And if you don't know Jesus today, I promise you, you want to know him. You want to be a part of the church that gets raptured when he comes back. You know, the tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble is not it's not an event that you want to be around for. You know, it's exciting that Jesus is coming so soon, and so I just wanted to share my thoughts and everything with you guys. Please just, you know, keep me in prayer. You know, a lot of people they have too much pride. They don't want to say that, you know, they need prayer. Just pray that God kind of just refreshes me and, you know, gives me the strength to keep going. And because I do, you know, still feel that God has, you know, placed his hand on this channel, and I'm out here doing all this for a reason. But sometimes it does get tiring. And I just ask you guys for your prayers. I really appreciate it. I love you guys with all of my heart. I'm very thankful for many of you guys on here. And I am going to go grab some lunch now. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Jesus is coming soon. Stay strong. Talk to you guys later.